welcome to Talk of the Town, where we talk about the big stories happening here in Colorado, along with Brady King and Nick Rothschild. And let's start at the top and make our way to the bottom. So we'll talk Rockies last. But let's talk about Broncos. And they just finished up week 2 of OTAs. And the best thing I heard out there last week was Broncos had 86% roster retention from last year. And also, this roster is ranked by PFF, Pro Football Focus, 9th in the NFL, the 9th best roster. And, Nick, you were out there. The thing about it is, as Sean Payton said, that's because we probably had complete roster turnover 2 years ago. But this is great to hear that this roster is in the top third of the NFL right now as we go into the season.
Well, by the people who evaluate it, it's the number 1 retention rate in all of the NFL. And you can say that Sean Payton has got his guys now, but I think that's a little simplistic. What they're doing is they're finding the best route to winning in the NFL, which is draft, develop, and then execute, right? To cost control your roster, you have to draft guys that play on Sundays. You can't go out and restock every year in free agency in a salary cap sport and hope to win football games. To that end, too, a lot of times when you draft good players, they end up wanting to get paid at the end of those rookie contracts. So you can't always keep the guys that you draft. So you have to be thinking 2 steps ahead, draft, develop, execute, and have those guys in the wings to then step up when guys end up getting paid. And right now, the Paytons are executing that plan flawlessly.
Yeah, I think the roster retention just shows how much of a better spot the Broncos are in than they were, especially 2 years ago, but even from a season ago. And they also set themselves up so well. Yes, Sean Payton is getting his guys, but especially this offseason, they had one of the better off seasons of every team in the NFL, getting Hufanga, Greenlaw, Ingram. I just feel like there's a lot of guys, to Nick's point, that will contribute right away.
Okay, let's switch gears to the Nuggets. And the next thing that Nuggets fans are asking about, when are we going to name a new general manager? We got the head coach, Josh Kroenke, is taking his time. Is it a bit worrisome, Brady, that he hasn't made a move yet? Sources tell me Ben Tenzer, who's been there for a long time, and we know Kroenke is loyal and likes to uplift guys in his own organization, but he hasn't done it yet. It's not Ben Tenzer, it hasn't been anybody yet. What are your feelings on this?
I don't think it's worrisome that he has not announced a GM, but I do believe that Ben Tenzer is probably the guy. But because of how bad it went with Calvin Booth, I think Josh Kroenke maybe is a little bit gun shy to just jump in and go for it with Ben Tenzer right away without really seeing what else is out there and making sure he's doing his due diligence to see if there is another guy that could fit this role or gal that could fit this role.
Who else do you need to talk to at this point? Everybody's been available that you could want to talk to. I know Josh Kroenke said he wanted to get outside opinions on how they run their business, so that's fine. Take a week, get a consulting firm to give you their opinions, and then make a decision. They need a front office shakeup. They need to bring some fresh eyes onto this project, whether that be the GM or someone underneath the GM to help sort of bounce ideas around. But the fact that it's taken this long, to me, is confusing more than anything else. The draft is less than a month away, not that the Nuggets have any picks. Free agency starts thereafter, the following week. They need to start getting these people in place so they can have a plan for this crucial offseason. Honestly, you can't make an argument to me right now that would make sense about why they've taken this long to name a GM.
All right, now the Rockies. There is nothing new to talk about the Rockies. They're a mess from Monfort on down. We have requested officially to ask Monfort to address the fans and tell us what he intends to do to change the directory of this franchise, which is this right now. But this season's over. I don't want to see another player named Kinley, Arcia, Estrada, Farmer, or Freeman play another inning for this team. Bring everybody up. There is no reason anyone who's a prospect should be down in the minors right now.
I don't know that I trust the guys that they have in the organization to ever become anything, because they've proven time and time again they don't know how to draft, they don't know how to develop, and they don't know how to run a baseball organization.
The White Sox GM was just asked about how he feels about the Rockies going after their record for most losses in the modern era, 121 losses in a season, and he said, I hope the Rockies don't break that record. I wouldn't wish that upon anyone. So it just shows how bad it has to be in that locker room in general. It's not good for the Rockies.
At least they only play 162 games.
All right, thanks, guys. Great stuff. Now, coming up, more great stuff for you. We're going to check in with Denver's women's professional rugby team, having a great first season here in Colorado. That's next on Denver 7 Sports.